Hey everybody, Will Riggs here for Crawlin' TV. It's a Tech Tip Tuesday. That is a tongue twister, y'all, but that's okay. I'm gonna say it each and every week. It'll be a whole lot easier. Now, this segment was actually designed for the noob who asks all kinds of questions. Let's say, man, I'm a noob. I'm sorry for asking that question. Don't be sorry, because guess what? The only dumb question is the question you don't ask, okay? Because when dealing with something like batteries that we're gonna deal with today, if you don't ask and you make a mistake, it could cause a fire, explosion, burn things down. I've seen it. It's happened. So, gotta stick around. It's Tech Tip Tuesday on Crawlin' TV. We're gonna do some battery stuff next, right here on Crawlin' TV. All right, guys, I got it all set up here. Going to show you multiple types of batteries, different amps, different cells, and different C, which is capacity. And this is the capacity it is able to push out while you're driving or your crawler or your racer or whatever you're using them on. This is my charger right here. It's all dirty and dusty from being in the shop, but this one will charge up to 6S. It's got the built-in balancing ports on the side, 2S, 3S, 4S, 5S, 6S right here, and the S is cells. So 2 cell, 3 cell, so on and so forth. So what we have here, this right here, you can tell 11.1 volts. This is a 3-cell battery with 20C. It's 5,000 milliamps. So this battery here is good for like long trail runs. You're not going to get a lot of speed out of it because it's only got a 20 cell or 20 capacity output, but you'll be able to crawl for a nice good long while on this 3S 5,000 milliamp. Now, this one right here also is a 2200. This is also a 3-cell Lipo 3S right here. You can see that it's a 35C 2200. So 2200 milliamps in a 35C. So it has a little more oomph coming out of it than this one, but not just a whole lot, okay? This one right here is also a 30C. This was made by Helios. This is a 3S, 3500 milliamp. I bought these because they're inexpensive, they're great, and they're great for trail runs, which I do with my family. Now, when I'm doing comps, here's what we use. This is my 4S 1500 100C battery. This one can really get after it, give you the punch that you need when you need it. I have some 3S in the same size as well that are also 100C. So those are always good. That's what the C stands for, because I know somebody asked that question on the page, so that's why I'm answering that. And then I have the 25C 2200s, which are also really, really good. Depends on what you want to do. If you're just out and about playing, really any of those will do you some fun, okay? You're not trying to get any speed. But I do want to show you this little tool that you need. This happens to be a Traxxas brand, but you can get, there's a bunch of them out there. You can find them on Amazon or your local hobby shop. This is a Lipo voltage meter, okay? It's going to tell you what the voltage is, what your charge is in every cell. So what we're going to do is you're going to plug it into the side here. Your ground always goes to the top. And as you can see here, this is at 99%. And you got 418, 419, 418, and 417, right? So what I will need to do is probably put this on. I'm going to put it in storage mode and then charge it to balanced, so it'll all have the same exact charge in each cell. Sorry, I'm got lots of stuff going through my head here, but it's super easy to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the camera off here real quick so you guys can see up close on the charger itself. All right, so on the charger you have multiple selections. All right, so you're going to hit select. You can do Lipo charge. You can do a Lipo discharge, right? So that battery, I'm going to do a discharge on it first. But you can also do a storage. Okay, if you're not going to use your battery for a little while, or you can't, RC for a while, God forbid you can't RC for a while, you're going to need to put it in storage mode so you don't damage the battery. Fast charge means, hey, man, I just want to charge this up as quick as I can and get out there and play, okay? And then, of course, you have the balance charge, where it balances all the cells to the same exact charge, okay? Which is the best way to do it. It takes a little bit longer because it may have to discharge or charge more in certain cells at the same time. Super easy to use. On the balance, whenever you use a balance, that's what this little thing does here. You plug it into the side where your balance is. So this is a 4S, so it'll go right here on the top. Sorry. It'll go right there in the top to the balance port, okay? And then on my, I have this fancy schmancy thing that's got all the charging ports, okay? Because I used to have a lot of different stuff. I use the XT60s on almost everything I use. A couple of these you'll see have the Dean's connectors. This one has Dean's. This one has Dean's, but I'm pretty much about to convert everything over to XT60. Anything over 3S, Dean's connectors will get too hot and cause a little bit of a heat situation there. So what you do is you take this, you take them in here, and you plug it up. Okay, so it's plugged up to the charger and plugged into the balance port. Okay, so what you're going to do is say it's 1500. It's 1500 milliamps. Okay, so we're going to, okay, once we select this, we're going to hit start. Okay, now the amps that you charge at should match what your battery capacity is. So it's a 1500 milliamps. Okay, so you want to do 1.5 amps. Okay, 1.5, 1500. If you're doing a 5000, 5 amps. 2200, 2.2 amps. 3500, 3.5 amps. 2200, like I said, 2.2 amps. When you hit enter, when you select there, well, this one right here, and the cool part is this one tells you right here, it's a 4S, okay? So if you're doing a 3S or a 2S, 5S, or a 6S, okay? So this one is a 4S right here, but once you hit it, I'm going to actually cancel out of this one because I want to choose Lipo battery. And instead of Lipo charge, I want to do a Lipo discharge, okay? And it's going to ask me my amps. I'm going to go up to 1 point. I'll discharge it by 1 amp. That'll work. And then tell it it's a 4S because it's what it is. And hit enter again and then press enter. Or sorry, press and hold enter. It's going to do a battery check. It's going to make sure it's right there. And it's going to make that fan noise for a minute. And then it's going to start off. Okay? So that's basically it in a nutshell. Okay? A couple of tips and tricks I'm going to come back with here in just a second. But let me reposition the camera and I'll be right back. All right, guys. We got it discharging now. We're going to do a balance charge for it later. But the things I'm using here, like I said, this is a Venom PR2. It's got the built-in. Up here I have a Profit preset by Dynamite. It comes with the extra balance port as well, so you can use that. Always balance your batteries when you can, okay? Preferably most of the time. Now, one big thing you need to know, since it's winter time, Lipo batteries do not like the cold. Anything colder than 50 degrees, you're gonna start losing a little bit of performance. Anything colder than 20 degrees, and we're talking Fahrenheit, you guys. I know you've got some Canadians watching, but 20 degrees Fahrenheit, you're gonna start to really see a loss in performance. So what you can do, a few tips and tricks, okay? If you're out and about, it's cold outside, you wanna go run, cool, bring your batteries in the house if they're not already, let them get up to room temperature, then go run, okay? That way, because the working and running the truck will keep them warm. If you will have a spare battery you're taking with you, put it in your pocket so your body heat keeps it warm. If you're taking a Lipo bag, I'm about to really blow your mind, okay? One of the cool things you can use, you know the hot hands, the little bags you buy for, I don't know, they're $2 and you get like 50 of them little things for hot hands. If you put the hot hands in your bag with your Lipo batteries, it will keep them warm and it doesn't get too hot where it may cause a problem, okay? Now, the hazards of charging. Never ever leave your Lipo batteries charging unattended because they can spark a fire, they can cause problems. One of the things you definitely don't want to do, if this cable or this cable become worn, or in these corners right here, if they become worn or frayed, you need to discharge them and dispose of them. Now, I know batteries can be expensive, and I know it's hard to be like, hey, it still works though, but I've seen those batteries catch fire while in a rig and burn somebody's TRX4 to the ground. So you don't want that happening, okay? Super easy way to discharge them and disable them and make them safe to throw away is soak them in salt water overnight. Tips and trips. Tips and tricks right here on Crawlin' TV. So make sure you guys tune in next Tuesday for more tips and tricks. Submit your questions. I already have so many questions to go through that we're going to get to in the coming weeks. We appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. right up here. You can follow those right there, or right down here, and subscribe there as well. Tomorrow, on Wednesdays now, it's going to be In the Paint booth, where we show you some painting and weathering techniques as we go on. Thursday nights, Viewers Rigs. Make sure you get those in. crawlintv@gmail.com. And on Friday night, of course, Crawlin TV every Friday night at 7 o'clock. Until then, y'all, this is Will Riggs. This is Crawlin TV. And we'll see y'all next time. We're going to monitor these batteries. Peace.